What's up, YouTube? Spencer Dog 24 here again with another Porsche 944 repair slash maintenance slash. This is going to be a pain in the ass to remove this video. If you saw my last video where I removed the fuel tank strainer, you'll know that the fuel tank will need to be removed, cleaned out, coated, and reinstalled. So one of the biggest parts of doing this is we're going to need to remove the gearbox or transmission if you have an automatic. I don't know why you would have an automatic, but if you do, it's a transmission. The manuals are called gearboxes. That's some knowledge there for you. I'm actually going to be using the guide from Irina25661. He shot a fantastic video on how to remove the gearbox for a Porsche 944. So after you get done watching this, I suggest go take a look at his channel. He's got a bunch of great stuff. The only downfall is he speaks in German and I speak in American. So if you also talk American, then this video may be better for you. He can use subtitles on his video, but that's basically it. So first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to loosen the muffler bolts. There's one 13mm here and one other 13mm there. You're just going to want to go ahead and loosen it so it doesn't fall off. Once those are loosened, we're going to go ahead, slide underneath the car. Now, as you can see, I have my car up on jack stands. Normally, I just slide underneath here and lift it up with one arm. But since I'm shooting a video today, I'll put it up on jack stands. What we're also going to need to do is, there is, right on the flange, whatever it's called, this part, you're going to see 3 bolts. All 3 of them are 13mm. 1, 2, I can't see shit out of my glasses. And, yeah, there's the 3rd one. So these are also 13mm. You're going to want to counter them with either a 13mm socket or something else. I'm actually going to remove these off camera to save some time because this is going to be a while. So I will be back once I get these bitches off. Okay, so now that I got the 3 bolts removed, those are a big pain in the ass. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move up here. And let me see if I can get a good shot for you. Sorry, my lighting sucks. Okay, there we go. There's going to be 2 13mm bolts again, hanging right on there. So we're going to go from here. We're going to go up to this brace. And we're going to remove these 2 13mm bolts. Once that's finished, we're going to go ahead and remove the 2 from the front part of the car and the mufflers off. So I'm going to go ahead, remove these, and be right back with you. Okay, so after removing the 2 bolts, what you're going to want to go ahead and do, you're going to want to go back to the first 2 bolts that you originally loosened, remove those, and the muffler will be out. There's mine. It's all beautifully rusted. It's got that nice 10 years of neglect patina on it. And after that, let me see if I can get some light here for you. Yeah, we're going to want to remove these rubber bumpers. All you do, you just lift up on them. Like so. And the next thing you're going to want to do is, once again, get your 13mm. You're going to want to remove this one and this one because we're going to remove this heat shield or whatever kind of shield so we can gain better access to the tank. So I'm going to go ahead, remove this one and remove this one, which will remove these, and we'll be back. Alright, so at this point I have all the nuts, bolts, washers, all that stuff bagged, and I have them sitting in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm letting it get up to temperature. Basically, I do 50% water. They're in the Ziploc bag so they don't coexist and mingle, because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't remember which one's which. So I have them individually bagged. I have them in the ultrasonic cleaner for a 50-50 mix. 50% just tap water, and 50% I use the Simple Green Purple Drank because it's good, and that's it. So I'm going to let these guys run through the ultrasonic cleaner probably about 7-8 times, let it dry, coat them with some WD-40, call it a day, and we're going to go ahead and get that heat shield removed. Okay, so while all the other bolts and parts are washing, we're going to go ahead and remove the heat shield. So there's going to be 4 10mm bolts. There's going to be one on the back side right here. There's going to be another right there. And then where the muffler tip is going to be, there is one right here, one right there. So once I get all 4 of these 10mm bolts removed, I'll be able to remove this heat shield right here, and then we'll be one step closer to getting the transmission out. So I'm going to go ahead, remove the bolts and the heat shield, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so where I am right now is I have the tire yoked, and I actually have a breaker bar hooked up to this. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can free it up here a bit. I wish I had a ratcheting breaker bar. I should buy one of those. And, okay, there we go. Good, good. Alright, so now that's off. I can go ahead and get my regular guy on there. Oh, there we go. Huh? And so, now that that's loosened up, I can go ahead, go to the next bolt. Go to the next bolt. Put this guy in there, like so. Give it a couple taps. Yoke the tire again. Get it connected to the breaker bar. Get the breaker bar hooked up and get this guy loosened up a bit. Put it on the regular ratchet. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of the bolts. I'm going to go ahead and take these bolts off, and I will see you guys once I have all these bolts off. Thanks. Okay, so right now, went ahead, I got all the spline bolts out, and I grabbed a grocery bag, and I put it over the end of it, and I just secured it with a tie-down strap or whatever. So what I'm going to go ahead and do next is do the other side. Not that part, but I'm just going to go ahead and get that side taken care of. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie it down, put the bag over it, suspend it. Now, I'm not going to show you this side just to save time for video, but basically I'm going to go ahead, turn the wheel, yoke the tire, loosen the bolt, and then rinse and repeat. So when I come back, we'll have both of these bagged and tagged, and we will move on to the next part. Thank you. Alright guys, so where I am right now is I have the left and right drive axles off and bagged and suspended. So the next thing we're going to want to do is remove the light switches under the transmission, and it's going to be under the passenger side. Pull it under here, and I hope I can... Alright, if you can follow my hand, we're under the passenger side, and you're going to have 2 plugs right there. So, unplug the first one, And then we're going to unplug the second one. And alright, so those are unplugged right there. So next we're going to move over, go under the driver's side of the car. Alright, now that we're under the driver's side of the car, we're going to go ahead and move this boot. Let me give you an up-close shot of it before I pan you back. Under the driver's side, we're going to go ahead and pull this boot off, which is going to have, yeah, let me set you down here for a second so I can use two hands. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Alright, here we go. Alright. So, now that we got that out, we have this bolt that connects to the gearbox. Or, not to the gearbox, but it connects to the shifting rod. I'm not sure if that's the correct term, but what we're going to go ahead and do is remove that. So I'm going to stop the video, get the proper socket out, and I'll be right back for you guys. Alright, so let me see if I can get you a better angle. Alright, so after we remove the boot from the driver's side, we're going to go ahead, get a 13 millimeter. And we're going to go ahead and remove it like that. I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have the bolt out, I want to show you this just real quick. If I can get this damn thing to focus. There we go. Alright, so this bolt has a spot where you should run wire through, wrap it around it, so when it's connected it won't fall out. Unfortunately, my car did not have any wire in there, so I will need to get some of that, but just wanted to give you a quick show. Now, next thing we're going to go ahead and do is go up into the car. Now, I've already pulled out the boot and all that good stuff. So basically, that's pretty simple. You just lift up on it. I mean, I don't know how to tell you. Just, lift up on it, and there it is. Now, there should be some clip, and hold on, let me get a better camera angle. I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so now that we have that out, you're going to see a clip right here. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah. It's one right here. You basically, and this is just to remove the shifter knob. There we go. Looks like that. Put it in my awesome ashtray. I love the fact that they used to like smokers back in the day. Joink! Now, we just unplug that guy. And, next thing we're going to want to do, there should be a little clip. We're going to remove that, so I'm going to go ahead, grab a flathead, and I'll be right back with you.